Alright, what's going on, guys? So I am on a different part of the island, took a grab over, which is the Asian equivalent of Uber. I plan on coming here sometime later on in the week, but I checked the weather and it's supposed to rain and thunderstorm the next several days. And when you're microfishing tide pools, which is what we're going to be doing today, you've really got to sight fish. And if it's raining and cloudy, I'm going to have a hard time seeing what's in these tide pools. So I found the tide pools, I found some fish in some of them. Let's just go ahead, let's microfish them, and let's see what we can get out of these tide pools here. Alrighty, so here are the tide pools. We are super close to the ocean. Most of them don't have any fish in them, but some of them do have fish in them, which is a great sign. This one here has a pretty good amount. They are very wary though, so let's see if I can pull one out of here. And I think he just bit. Got him. Alright, so there it is. There's our first fish from the tide pool. Now identifying these guys is going to be near impossible, but I'll give it a shot at some point. Certainly a goby of some sort. It is tiny though. There were some bigger fish in there, so I'll see if we can catch some other ones. Hopefully I could ID this. Whatever it is, it's going to be a new species if I can. So let's get him back and let's keep fishing. Got him. Let's take a look at this guy. Alright, this is not easy fishing, but we got our second goby of the day. I believe it's a different species, but again, IDing all these guys is going to be a major pain later on. But this is a really good looking one. I don't know if you can see the bottom, you probably can. If I flip him, he's going to flip with it. But he's got a really yellow underbelly, really nice spangling there on the face. Solid looking little goby. Alright, so this is like the weirdest thing ever. These fish don't seem to want this shrimp at all. Like, this is a very nice tide pool. A lot of damsels, a lot of gobies, a lot of blennies. And one out of like every 30 fish, 20 fish, something like that even looks at it. And then very rarely does it even bite. So I don't know what's going on here, but these fish do not seem to be very interested in my presentation here. This is really tough. Got him. That's not really what I wanted though. Alright, so we got our first damsel fish out of one of the tide pools. There are some in there that I think would be new species. I don't think this one is a new species. I don't know though, because I'm really not sure what it is. It might be an Indo-Pacific, but I'm not really positive. But I can't believe how hard it is fishing these tide pools. They are full of fish. Between damsels, of a couple different species, all these different gobies, maybe a couple blennies, and they just don't want to bite. I've never seen that before in tide pools. Usually tide pool fishing goes pretty well as long as there's fish in them. Anyway, let's get a pic of this guy, let's get it back, and let's keep trying for these gobies and whatnot. see what this is. Alrighty, so it's not a goby. This is definitely a wrasse of some type. Honestly, chances are probably pretty good that I've caught this wrasse before. It's just in its initial phase, so it looks different than the ones that I've caught. Always an off chance that it is a new species, but at this side it's going to be a little difficult to ID. But we'll see what we can do. Like I said earlier, these tide pools are tough. So a little blind drop got me this little wrasse. That's a bigger fish. Another wrasse. Alright, no photo tank for this guy. This is going to be an Argus wrasse. I caught 2 of these this morning in my previous video. Not what we're going after, so let's get it back. Let's try to get some gobies or something else that's cool out of here. Oh yes, that's going to be a goby. I just don't know if it's the one I caught earlier or not. Alright, so I haven't caught too many gobies, but this one might be the same one that I caught earlier, that second one. It's also got a little bit of yellow under the chin, not as much though, and it has these little blue, little neon blue accents over on the face. So I hope it's not the same species, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. Anyway, it's tough to catch these little gobies, so this is still a cool catch. Let's get it back and let's keep going. Got him. Alright, let's see what kind of damsel this is. Alrighty. So not sure on the species. However, this is some sort of new damsel. It has a dot up here, but it's not really on the tail. It's kind of right on the back of the dorsal. Also has a little bit of orange over on the gill flap here. So not sure what it is, but I believe it's going to be a new species for the life list, assuming I could ID it. So not the goby I was after, but I'll take a new species any day. Alright, the goby bit. Let's get him. Alright, let's go and let's take a look at whatever that goby is over there. Alright, so unfortunately, once again, this looks to be the same species we've caught before. There's other gobies down there. I can see different species of gobies down there. But for whatever reason, these guys are the only ones willing to bite right now. So not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's our third one of these now, I think. So let's get it back. Let's keep going. It's not a bad day at the tide pool, just not as good as I would have hoped. the same species once again. Alright, so once again, same species. So I don't know why those other guys don't want to bite, but at least these guys do, because without these guys it would have been a pretty boring day. But yeah, this tide's starting to come in, so I'm losing access to these tide pools. I'll try to catch one more fish maybe, but if we can't do that quickly, we're going to go ahead, call it a day, and wrap it up. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. When I got here I had really high hopes because I saw a lot of fish in a lot of these tide pools. I fished a fair amount of tide pools around the world, and there were more fish in these than any other tide pools that I could remember. However, most of them didn't want to bite. So that was really the tough part. I want to come back here and fish these tide pools again. Hopefully I can figure out how to key in on some of those species that didn't want to bite, whether it's coming back at night or using some different bait or something like that. Either way though, we got some gobies, which are one of my favorite species, or I guess families of fish. Anything small and bottom dwellings I really like, so that was pretty cool. And then we got some other species as well, so several new ones for the lifelist pending IDs. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.